Hey everybody, it's me, Jose. Seriously? Hey everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, your SMEEA president. Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat with the President. All right, here we go. First things first, let's start off with CTA statewide virtual conferences. We talked a little bit about this a while ago. CTA has made all of their statewide conferences virtual, and they've made them all free to SMEEA CTA members. And so you can access these. Now you got to register for the conferences and you have to sign up for the individual sessions, but it is all free to you, no cost. So what's even better about this is as you attend these conferences, you're going to acquire hours of attendance. CTA will keep track of that for you, and they'll send you a certificate that verifies that you have successfully completed the hours for the sessions that you signed up for. You can use those accumulated hours to convert those into university credits. That's right, semester units. And CTA is going to cover the cost of that conversion. And so as you attend these conferences, keep in mind that some of the sessions are recorded and some of them are not. And the reason why I mentioned that is because the ones that you attend live, of course, you're going to get credit for those. But you can also go back up to 2 weeks after the conference ends and watch the recorded events and get credit for those as well. Free to attend, free to get the university units, and then those university units can be applied to your movement on the salary schedule here in the SBST. Awesome. Executive Board candidacy declaration forms are still available if you're interested in running for an executive board position. The links to the declaration of candidacy form is back at the email that this video is attached to. Not a lot more to say about that. All executive board positions are available, and so if you're interested, click on the links. The SMEEA Store. The SMEEA Store is now open, and rather than listen to me, let's go have a chat with Marissa Feely, SMEEA Third Vice President and Curator of the SMEEA Store. All right, here we are. We are with Marissa Feely. She is the curator of our SMEEA Store, which has been a super successful thing. We're really excited about it. As you can see, we're both kind of decked out in elements of SMEEA gear. And so, Marissa, tell us what's going on with SMEEA Store.
All right, so we've opened up a new order. We've got everything ready to go. I'm going to show you guys what that kind of looks like here. We have our website. Okay, you're going to go to Old Town Shirt Factory and you're going to click, if it takes you to the main website, click on our link, SMEEA. People have identified that, yes, it does say the pre-order is open until November 20th. We know, and the owners of Old Town know, so don't worry. It is open until February 19th. So you have plenty of time to get your orders in. We've got all kinds of gear. We've got your more formal clothes here, different options, sweatshirts and jackets for our kind of miscellaneous spring weather that we have going on right now. And then we have all of your t-shirts, those women's glitter shirts that are super popular, some long sleeve options. You've got a crew neck and a V-neck. We even have your fleece vests. We have this awesome quarter pullover. It's probably one of my favorites. That's what Jose's wearing. I have mine. I just didn't want to mess up my hair, so I didn't put it on. We have our retro camp shirt, which is super awesome. Jose Rodriguez has that one, and I think a bunch of Fessler folks have it and rock that around. We also have hats for those PE teachers when they used to be teaching outside, and a brand new fleece travel blanket. So on one side it's fleece, and on the back it's got that kind of, I don't know, fancy material, so it'll brush off any sand or dirt or grass. It's pretty sweet. So place your orders. Make sure you put your site when you are checking out. Let's see if I can kind of show you what that looks like. You can either write here in the notes your site, like, oh, I'm at Battles, and it will process through, so I know where to send your order. Or when you check out, there's a place for delivery, and just put your school site, so we know how to get you your order.
That is awesome. All right. And again, when does the SMEEA Store close?
February 19th, and then it'll take about 5 to 10 days for production and delivery. So expected around March, probably around conferences, which is perfect. You can Zoom conference or meet in person with your parents in your SMEEA gear.
Awesome. Okay, February 19th, so get your orders in. Hey, thanks a lot, Melissa. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks a lot for that, Melissa. Really appreciate it. And don't forget, the SMEEA store is going to close on February 19th, so get your SMEEA gear order in now. SMEEA scholarships. We talked a little bit about this last time. They're still available. If you have a graduating senior this year, there are scholarships for those students, and there are scholarships for actual members for ourselves. And so we do 6 $500 scholarships for members, and we do as many student scholarships as we can, given the allotted amount that we budgeted for student scholarships. The maximum for a student scholarship is $500, and the minimum really just depends on how many qualified applicants we get, because we take our total award that we budgeted and we just divide it down amongst all of the qualifying applicants. So those are due February 26th. Go back to the link that this video was attached to, so you can click on the Google form and get your application complete. And that's the SMEEA member and student scholarships. Just a quick commitment card update. You all have been doing a fabulous job. I know we've been reminding the heck out of you about these commitment cards, but they're really important for us to get an idea of where you all stand and what you're willing to do. And so the numbers have just really skyrocketed. A number of members who have completed the commitment cards, I believe, we're up to 570, 580 commitment cards completed, which is awesome. I really need to do a shout out to some sites who have just been doing a fabulous job. So if we look at Arianas Elementary, which is a small school site, 25 members at that site have submitted their commitment cards. El Camino Junior High, 45. Jimenez Elementary, 35. Libin, which has a small staff, I know it's a new school, but the staff isn't very big. There are 29 commitment cards completed. And Kuntz Junior High, which has a big staff, but still 46 commitment cards have been signed by members of that site. So thank you to every site. Every site's been growing in the number of commitment cards from one report to another, and we're just super excited to see folks that are engaged and they're really thinking about what they can do, what they feel comfortable doing as far as supporting their association and supporting their peers. So thank you. PD for Me. PD for Me is continuing to move forward. Now, this coming Monday, there's no exercise because there's no school, so we're not working. Well, there's still exercise. You can go ahead and exercise. Nobody's going to stop you. There just won't be a broadcast exercise live class, right? It'll continue on Wednesday. And then our next hiking club event will be February 22nd. So Monday, February 22nd is the next hiking club event. Again, still out there in Pismo, the Pismo Preserve, which is a beautiful area. And the weather's been fairly reasonable. And so hopefully you'll get a chance to get out there and be part of those virtual, socially distanced hikes. Let's see. And lastly, we have our negotiations update. We just met with the district yesterday on February 11th. So let's go talk to Jonathan B.A. to get an update on yesterday's bargaining session. All right, we're here with Jonathan B.A., SMEEA lead negotiator. Jonathan, thanks for joining me. Jonathan's here to give you an update on the most recent negotiation session, which actually just happened yesterday. So this is information that's hot off the presses. So Jonathan, how you doing?
Hey, Jose, great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
As Jose was saying, the team just met yesterday, Thursday, February 11th. We talked about several articles, including Article 13, class size, Article 15, salary, Article 5, Workday Work year, and Article 3, association rights, specifically the president's release time.
All right, let's get into Article 13. What happened there?
Okay, so the association made a proposal, basically a status quo proposal for most class sizes. We added some language to support PE and members working in non-traditional classroom settings. We also proposed language that would guarantee more nurses by suggesting a nurse to student ratio. So we don't currently have that in the contract language. However, the district responded basically with a proposal that would support those classes, but only those non-traditional classrooms or non-traditional classroom settings, only when they exceed the cap and are larger than the current caps. And again, rejected language that would increase our nursing staff. So they don't seem to have an interest in adding nurses to support what's happening out at the sites in terms of the health and safety measures that are in place. However, the association feels at this time that this is about as far as we can come on Article 13. We have made some movement toward the district, but this is going to be what we would call our last, best, and final offer at this time. So we are not going to be making further proposals at this time for Article 13. This will be our last, best, and final.
Let's go down to 15 then. 15 is our salary article. What are we doing with that?
Yes. Well, previously the association had made an on-schedule salary ask of 4.75% for a one-year contract term. Of course, that salary would be on the schedule, which would go on after the contract, after this contract year. I'm sorry, it would be permanent in the contract.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
However, the district responded with 0. So again, it's been hard for us to kind of wrap our heads around countering that, because basically we would be negotiating against ourselves if we were to come down from our ask. However, we have heard the district say that they are interested in a multiple year contract. So we have now made our offer a 2-year offer and have split our previous ask of 4.75% into 3% in the first year, that would be this year, and a 1.75% increase next year on that salary schedule.
And what was the district's response to that?
They did not have a counter for us, so we are awaiting their response, hopefully at our next session.
Okay, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for that.
Definitely.
All right, so let's move down to Article 5. That's our Workday Work year.
Yeah, we put a counter proposal on the table yesterday with some reasonable concessions moving toward the district, while still maintaining the rights that members have in the contract now, especially in regards to the work-life balance. That's been something that we've heard loud and clear from members about, and we're really trying hard to protect the rights in terms of work outside the workday. Really, it's what it comes down to. So we've heard the membership loud and clear on that point. So we made our proposal and we await the response from the district.
All right, so we're hoping that we get something positive back from them. Our response, right, was fairly comprehensive. We really went through it line by line from their previous proposal and took everything that they had proposed into consideration when we responded. But like Jonathan said, right, maintain that work-life balance for our membership, making sure that folks are not burdened beyond what's already being piled onto their plates. That's super important. So thank you, Jonathan.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on next to Article 3. That is where President's release lies, right? That's been the top topic lately. So where are we with that?
Well, unfortunately, we're not really in a good spot. We declared that our last proposal from December 16th would be our last, best, and final, because the district has not really made any movement at all towards us on it. They sort of are doing a little side-to-side dance with the language in some of their proposals, but really have not done anything to move towards us on increasing the amount of release that our president could have going forward. And strangely, they haven't really been able to articulate any particularly student-centered reason why that would be the case. They have mentioned that the board has no interest in it at this time, or doesn't believe, I guess, that it's necessary at this time, but they haven't really articulated very well anyway their resistance to allowing our president, or future presidents for that matter, to have up to full-time release. And we have a history of that. SMEEA presidents in the past have had various amounts of release, starting with 50 and up to 100%. So it's not unprecedented here in Santa Maria Bonita that we've had a full-time release president. We're simply asking to put it into the contract, make it permanent, that the president would have the ability to go up to 100%, but we're not suggesting that the district would have to pay any more for that amount, that additional amount of release. We would maintain the current pay structure that's in the contract language now. So again, there's really they haven't stated a reason why, other than that the school board doesn't believe it's necessary at this time.
Yeah, and that's an important point, right, Jonathan, that there's no negative fiscal impact to the district for agreeing to full-time release. And when asked directly about a student-centered reason, like, so if a president's released full-time, what's the negative impact on students? And there's no response from the district. And it's because there isn't a negative impact on students to have a president out full-time, right? And in fact, it gives that president's classroom a full-time replacement, instead of having to share with another teacher and having a president who's doing 2 jobs at the same time. That's I can tell you firsthand that's hard to do, right?
Certainly, and
Okay.
especially now in with all the things happening with COVID. I mean,
Mhm.
it's been really helpful to have our president be able to stay on top of that and provide us with really up to the minute information throughout the quarantine. But beyond that, it's always helpful to have more support. So
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's see. Like you said, that we provided our last best final on that, and we'll see where that goes. Can you just briefly just give a quick background? What is a last best final? What does that mean to us as a team or as an association?
yeah, that's a great question. So basically, either side, once we feel either side believes that it's come to about as far as it can come toward the other side in terms of making concessions or compromises to come to the middle to make settlement. Usually you have a spot that you will not move from. That's the best you can do. Think about when you buy a car, right? You get to that point where you're either going to buy it at the price or you walk off the lot. So that's kind of what the LBF is. We are saying, this is it. We're not going to move any more on this. This is we're establishing a fence, if you will, that is the point which we will not move beyond in these normal negotiations.
Right. And does that stop the other side, whether it's the association or the district, from coming up to that fence, knowing that that's the last best for that group?
Nothing stops them from coming up to that fence, right?
Okay.
The settlement, yes, exactly. There's still a settlement there. It's just we've decided that we've moved enough, or they.
Yeah.
So yes, on those two issues, we have come to basically we're at that fence. We decided that there's no benefit to us we would be giving things up that we would not be getting reciprocated in some other area or part of it.
All right. Real quick, before we go, let's talk about Article 26. This is our teacher tutor article. And what's our progress like on that front?
Well, progress on the language, the article itself more or less is done. So that's great. And we worked very collaboratively with the district on that and two teacher tutor members. And we have great language. We were able to gain some ground for them and establish terms and conditions that we believe are fair and reasonable for both parties. And we're hopeful that teacher tutors will be back working soon. The sticking point is the salary. So speaking of last, best, and finals, well, at our last session, we were within, I think, 90 cents of each other on the hourly amount. There are some other wrinkles in that as well. The number of steps, would there be columns, etc. But basically the district decided at our last session that they had reached their last, best, and final at the previous session on salary for teacher tutor. So we're kind of in a holding pattern there because we have made a lot of movement toward them in various ways in our salary asks. I think we had Jose, maybe 8 proposals back and forth on salary.
Yes, 8.
So we thought we were literally we were within 90 cents of each other on the hourly amount. So it seems like there's a bargain in there somewhere to me, but they decided that would be their last, best, and final on teacher tutor salary. So that has now been folded into the main bargain with the rest of our successor agreements. So we've got 26, the language, like I said, Article 26, the new teacher tutor article is basically done, but we don't have the salary settled. So that'll be something that we'll have to work through going forward.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, thanks for that. When is the team back at the table?
Yes, we're back on February 25th. That will be our main bargain, the successor agreement. And then we also have dates upcoming. I believe the next one is March 3rd for the return to school negotiations. So there's that also.
All right. So still a lot going on, folks out there. Your bargaining team, your negotiating team working hard for you on a regular basis, taking into account the needs of our members and the needs of our students and our families as we progress through all of these different articles. So all of your love and support, we really appreciate it. Jonathan and the team, I know they really appreciate it. And so thank you. And Jonathan, we will see you soon. We really appreciate it. Enjoy your long weekend. You deserve it. And we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jose. You do the same. Bye,
right,
everybody.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Jonathan. Really appreciate it. There's a link in the email that this video was attached to that will take you to the actual bargaining update, a printed text update. You can take a look at that and read it at your leisure. And we really just want to make sure that our members continue to stay informed about the progress that is occurring at the table, and actually in all the tables that we have open, and that your questions are being answered. We did a lot of that when we had our town halls this week, our 2 town hall meetings, which we thought went really well, and we're hoping to do additional town halls in the future. So really stay tuned for that. We will be sending out announcements about future town hall meetings and what the specific areas we're going to be focusing on during those events. That's all I have for you today. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, to read the emails, to kind of go through it and pull the pieces out that are important and relevant to you. And I just want you all to stay safe, and we will talk soon. Bye, everybody.